Friday, March 15, 2019, tragedy struck in the city of Christchurch, New Zealand, when a 28-year-old Australian gunman targeted two separate mosques, which left 50 people dead and another 50 wounded. The attacks have been linked to an increase in white supremacism and alt-right extremism globally observed since the mid-2010s. While the suspect has been charged with murder, a 70-plus page manifesto was found filled with anti-immigrant and anti-Muslim ideas. The text also praised mass murderers Dylan Roof and Anders Breivik. Roof, if you remember, attacked a historically black church in Charleston, South Carolina in 2015, while Breivik killed dozens of young people at a summer camp in Norway. In response to the New Zealand attacks, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said that she would be changing the country's firearm laws. Then only a few days later, she had this to say.
Today I'm announcing that New Zealand will ban all military-style semi-automatic weapons. We will also ban all assault rifles. We will ban all high-capacity magazines. We will ban all parts with the ability to convert semi-automatic or any other type of firearm into a military-style semi-automatic weapon. We will ban parts that cause a firearm to generate semi-automatic, automatic, or close to automatic gunfire. In short, every semi-automatic weapon used in the terrorist attack on Friday will be banned in this country. As at 3 p.m. today, an order in council took effect. These changes to our regulations will ensure virtually all of the weapons I have announced as being banned will be categorised as weapons that require an E-class endorsement. The effect of this will mean that no one will be able to buy these weapons without a permit to procure from the police. I can assure people that there is no point in applying for such a permit.
With all due respect to Prime Minister Ardern, I'd really like to know why these military weapons weren't banned decades ago by your government, or at the beginning of your reign. It's sad that a tragedy had to take place in your lovely country for these laws to be put into place. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming or attacking Jacinda Ardern in any way, shape, or form. I hope the rest of the world's nations adopt these laws, and I commend our world's youngest female head of government. The day after the attack, she wore a black headscarf and met with Muslim leaders and simply asked what they would like her to do in the wake of this tragedy. When the U.S. President asked how he could be of service to New Zealand, you said you just wanted, and I quote, sympathy and love for all Muslim communities. You bravely stated that Islamophobia is the root cause for this attack. You haven't said the attacker's name, and you said you will never say his name, instead imploring citizens to speak life into the names of the victims instead of giving notoriety to the perpetrator. Also, while other world leaders have responded to terror with promising vengeance and waged war, you responded with love, compassion, and generosity. As Masha Gessen wrote, you truly have rewritten the script for how our nation deals with the terrorist attack, so I applaud you. I admire you. I actually hope that I get a chance to sit down with you and discuss these pressing issues in our world, amongst other things. I hope that America someday sees a world leader with such courage and strength as yourself, but on the other hand, I'm sorry to say that though you have changed gun laws and showed a lot of benevolence, your country's tragedy stems from a bigger issue in our world. Racism is also something I always kept quiet on, and that is because I never really understood racism. Frankly, I don't want to. I was naive into thinking that if I ignored it, I'd never experience it. I'm actually one of the lucky ones because growing up I was taken care of by all sorts of people of different skin colors and backgrounds. So it gave me a premature understanding of others' lifestyles. For example, I had someone who was very influential in my life and was like a second mother to me. Her name was Debbie, and she was my babysitter. Debbie was in fact white. She cooked for me, took me and picked me up from school, let me play with her dogs and cats, as well as take me to fun places. I actually owe my love for dogs all to Debbie. I don't think when she looked at me, she saw a little black kid, and I never looked at her as an older white woman. I just saw a human being that I cared about and never wanted to leave my life. Years later, Debbie and the family eventually moved, and I never saw her or her family again. Ironically, I drove to her old house this past summer and just sat there and looked on, while tons of memories just rushed into my mind. Debbie, if you're watching this, I would like to say that I love you, and I will never forget how you treated me. You praised me when I was good, and you scolded me when I was bad. Thank you for not trying to brainwash me or anything of that sort. Most importantly, thank you for treating me like a human being. I tell you that story to convey to you that you can connect with people from all different walks of life. It just takes a decision to throw out your prejudices and get to know someone different. Understand what they've been through and where they come from. If I had been stubborn enough to think that someone's skin color or religious beliefs immediately defines who they are, I wouldn't be in freaking South Dakota right now. I wouldn't have met the woman who I truly would love to spend the rest of my life with. And by the way, she is Muslim, ironically. And it's sad to say I never really took time out to understand what that meant for her. I took time out to get to know her, but not truly know her. All I know is that she doesn't eat pork and her family doesn't celebrate the holidays that I love. She hates reminding me of these things because she feels that I don't listen. So that's what I want you all to do. Go up to someone who's totally different from you and just listen to their story. You might learn something and it will help dispel those prejudices, which in the long run will help you become a better and complete person. The New Zealand tragedy hit me pretty hard because I sat back and thought, what if she was in those mosques? I couldn't imagine someone taking away the love of my life all because of her Muslim beliefs. That is illogical and ludicrous. It just goes to show you that life is short and it shouldn't be taken for granted. You can be here today and seriously be gone tomorrow. I'm sure all those people in both mosques had plans for later that day, or for the rest of their lives, and they had no idea that March 15th was going to be their last day on earth. They had no idea that one despicable human being was going to take them away from us all. Look, greater people have come before me and fallen trying to exact change, so maybe I'm fighting a losing battle, but I can't just sit back and do nothing. No one should. We all need to come together as one race, the human race, and do everything we can to fight the evil that is racism. So I want everyone who sees this to use Jacinda Ardern as an example and spread love, not hate. Like I said before, listen to someone who's different from you. Explore a foreign culture. You might actually like it. Just please get out of your comfort zone and always, always keep the victims and the families of the New Zealand tragedy in your thoughts and prayers because they need unity more than ever. And to the citizens of New Zealand, you are not alone at all. Thank you.
I remember the first time I seen you moonwalk. I believed I could do anything. You made the world dance. You made the music come to life.
It's the type of song make the angels cry.
Mike Jack.
Look up in the sky.